Hello everyone, my name is Joshua. This is the 81st video on my video journal series. Today's date is Thursday, the 30th of April 2026. How's everyone been? I've been pretty good, thank you. And I'd like to apologize for yesterday's video because that one was pretty rushed. I was supposed to take a short nap, but that ended up taking up most of my evening. So what was supposed to be an hour eventually turned into around 2 hours, I believe. So I woke up and I was like, oh man, it's 10:30 and I need to discuss something for my video journal series. So that's why yesterday's video was quite short, and that's why I was kind of sleepy and like, yeah, life's going along pretty fine and all that. But hopefully this video will be a lot more entertaining because I'll be talking about suits. I am wearing a suit right now. I bought this at a second-hand charity shop. The suit pants and the jacket for around $50, and the original price tag was way beyond that. But it just shows what nice things you can get at charity and second-hand shops. But yeah, I bought this one. It's a Peter Jackson suit. It feels really nice. I'm not endorsed by him in any way, but yeah, it feels nice. It was new, never been used before, and yeah, I personally like it, and I quite like wearing suits because I feel like if you get a good suit, it feels really comfortable. If you get a bad suit, obviously, it will feel uncomfortable. But I don't like wearing suit shoes. I like wearing the jacket, I like wearing the pants, but the suit shoes, they're just too uncomfortable for me. I'd rather wear like joggers or sneakers or whatever because when it comes to wearing a suit, I'm wearing one right now. I had to go out today, so that's why I wanted to look formal. I feel like they're good for like every occasion. You can always uh, play a safe bet if you want to wear just a dark suit to work or a funeral or just any other social gathering or event. You don't have to wear like a tie like me. You can um, get rid of this jumper and just wear, you know, business casual, unbuttoned up shirt, whatever. Um, it really comes handy in a lot of situations. And I quite like wearing suits because people treat you a lot differently in public. They're like, oh, sir, what would you like today? Instead of, scram, kid. Um, I could most probably walk into mm, most probably walk into like a high end fashion store or watch store. Oh, sorry, I'm just looking at the inside materials. Really fascinating. All these little patterns and all these little symbols. So I get distracted very easily, as you can tell. But you can most probably walk into like a very high end fashion store or watch store, and if you're in a suit, they'll likely serve you instead of like calling the cops on you because usually in these videos, I usually wear like my green jumper, baggy jeans, old jeans, and they're like, this guy doesn't want to buy a watch. You might as well be here to like, you know, look at the stuff he can't afford. We don't need him. We need the people who are actually interested in buying our products. Um, and I feel like, when you're wearing a suit, yeah, I just feel like people think you're top business, even though I'm just a university student and I'm sort of a little bit like playing the game. There's nothing wrong with me wearing a suit or anything, but it's that connotation, like, oh, this guy works in finance, this guy works at a, office somewhere. And I guess, obviously people who wear suits are, you know, I guess, more likely within the public eye at least, or at least the public eye perceives them as more likely working in an office and not just wearing this because they felt like wearing this. They're like, this guy has to wear a suit because where he works, it's like mandatory sort of thing. You never see anyone go out in a suit because they're like, oh, I just feel like wearing a suit today. Except people like me and whatever, but like, they're like, basically, when I said no one, I mean like very, very few. Because yeah, sometimes wearing a suit can be uncomfortable depending on the weather, but I feel like even though I don't have like I guess a reason or authority to, I still like wearing them. You know, I just like the texture, and I like the fact that you can keep all your like belongings in here. You can keep your phone, you can keep your wallet in like the breast pocket area, or headphones or whatever, or notepad, or just like a pen. You can't really do that, with like even like most jackets. They don't have like breast pockets in them anymore, which I just really think it's inconvenient because I quite like the breast jacket pocket. I feel like it's a very neat addition, and especially when you're like going out in public and you don't want to keep your like phone or wallet in your pants, you just keep it in your breast pocket. I quite like this. This is like my favorite thing about just wearing a suit jacket. It's just the fact that you can keep stuff in here if you wanted to. And oh, sorry, I think I bumped the camera. Sorry about that. Um, and the fact that you can also keep stuff within these pockets here. Now, these pockets here are currently sealed off. That's just to show you how like um, this thing's like brand new. Is that these pockets haven't even been like unsewed. What do you call it? Like unsewed yet? Because it's still like stitched together. So if you wanted to, you can most of it like unsew it, and you can actually get real pockets. And obviously, I like putting my hand in here, but with this specific jacket, I can't because it's like currently stitched up, so I can't put my hand in there. And I'll most probably get onto that. I don't know how you do it. You might have to go to tailor or something, but um, I guess I'm not in a rush. Sometimes I like to keep my hands in my pockets here. Um, even this has stitching still applied to it. You can also like cut it off just so then you can put stuff in there. I know some people don't like, um, I guess these pockets over here, like these outside pockets, and I like to keep it sealed or sewed up. But I'm one of those people where I'm the complete opposite. I like to put my hand in there. Um, and yeah, I guess to like conclude, I quite like suits. I think they suit any occasion. Obviously, it's formal. People will think you're most likely worth a lot more than you are when you're wearing a suit. Now, obviously, don't take that in like a negative or like one of those like what do you call it? Like one of those like privileged people says, "Oh, you need to wear a suit in order to get respect." No, I quite like wearing them because I like to just see, I guess, the societal attitude of it, and the fact that I just find them, nice and stylish, and the fact that I want to, the fact that I want to wear one whenever I want to wear one. Obviously, I don't wear one every single day, but I usually wear them once every week or so. Um, and yeah, I think um, they're quite nice, quite stylish, and obviously wear what you want to wear. But there might be a job where you have to go to where you have to like wear a suit or anything like that. And whenever I go to the city, I always see like those men in suits who line up to like one of those uh, like urban cafes or something like that. It's like one of those places where you gotta pay like $10 for a coffee, and it's like really modernist and abstract inside, kind of like a Starbucks. But even then, like it's not really like a Starbucks. It's like one of those like places where it's like ultra modern interior, but it just feels a little bit like lifeless, and it's got like a very generic like brand name for like that cafe or for that like coffee shop or whatever. Um, it's I guess with like a Starbucks, I've only been inside of a Starbucks. Oh, excuse me. I've only been inside of a Starbucks one time in my life that I can remember, and that was during my Melbourne trip. But not because I wanted to, because I was forced to, because my mom wanted to go one. But yeah, like I always see like those you see them at Starbucks, you see them sometimes in fast food areas, but usually you see outside of those places where it costs like $12 for a panini. Um, not to say the food's bad or anything; it's quite good at those places, but at the same time, the prices are quite a little bit high, which is most probably why it attracts all the excuse me, why it attracts all the business people, because they're the ones who most of it can afford it, or who wants to like I guess show off to everyone else and like, oh, I paid $12 for panini, $8 for garlic bread, like I'm really just getting salty, am I? And I feel like, what if I just went in with my suit and just pretended I was like a businessman before the other people? And whenever like I see someone in a suit out in public, they always got like a very like serious demeanor or something like that. They're like always looking like if they want to go somewhere or if they've got like something on their mind. I don't know why, maybe that business mindset or something like that, but oh man. Excuse me, I'm getting drowsy. Maybe it's time about to maybe it's time that I should sort of end this. But I wanted to say that yeah, whenever I see like business people out in public, they always seem to like have a very serious demeanor. They always seem like to be walking, but like they're really focused. You can tell that they're thinking about something. Um, and yeah, I guess. Oh god, it's like I'm about to fall asleep on this camera. I'm very sorry about yawning. It hits me at this specific time. But yeah, I guess that's all I have to say before I fall asleep on camera and this suddenly turns into a 12-hour video. And it'll only stop once I like press it, like the hit end record button. I'm like, oh damn, I was asleep the entire time. But anyway, I guess I'll catch you all later, and I'll see you all next time. Bye. See ya. Take care.